We got our permit and we've got a lot of work ahead of us. All right, so here's the vision, guys. As time goes by, I'm slowly revealing more and more about what's going on here at our property. Now, over the years, we have, last probably 4 or 5 years now, we have built this shop and this shop over here. I built that little shed probably 16 years ago. And then you can see the hoop house way out back behind that. So here's the vision. The house is going right here, right between the mobile and the shops, and then the mobile will go away once the house is complete. Here's the thing, we've got a few things to take care of now because everything is happening fast. We've got a massive fir tree to take down. This was a big point of contention between me and my wife, but in the end she wins, and she only wins on this one because it is huge and it's right in the way of where the house is going to go. In fact, the foundation on the outside edge of the house is going to be somewhere in line with the center trunk. I tried to do everything I could to leave that tree in its spot because I love how massive it is, but the roots go out about 20 feet, 25 feet from the main trunk there, and it has to come down. There's no way. The wind blows this way in the winter. All the branches and needles would be just covering the roof over time, and it's just not going to work, unfortunately. There are a few trees that are going to have to come down over in this area as well, so not a lot. I'm going to keep up as many as I can, but there's a few that are leaning this way towards where the house is going to be built. Here's the thing we're going to be working on today. I bought this lace leaf Japanese maple for Shelly years ago. Now's the time to move it. It's dormant, and it is too big to sit here. I got too many things going on to try and just dig this up by hand. That would be the best way, but we're gonna go get the excavator. All right, well, that didn't work out exactly like I planned, but what do I expect when I bring a nuclear weapon to a gunfight? So I'm not too worried about this. It's gonna grow back. There's a busted branch up top there, and there's a few others throughout, one up there. I know it's sad right now, but it's still got its main structure. What I need to do is really prune this back heavily, and then prune back the root section heavily. And I originally was thinking I'm going to plant this thing right here through the summer. It's in a nice shady area where all these trees are protecting it from the direct sun, but I might put this, if I can get it knocked down far enough, I might put this in a giant pot and put it up by the hoop house. We'll see. But anyway, it will grow back. I've broken branches on this before and they've grown back, and it will look beautiful in another 5 years. So let's get to work. Well, there's what we ended up with, and I think I better get some heat going in the doghouse because I'm probably not going to be welcome back in my own bedroom tonight. So there it is. I mean, this thing, it was bigger than I imagined when I first got started. So we've still got a good substantial root ball in there. I trimmed it back. We've got hardly any branching on top. I've left a few good hefty branches, you can see, and then a little bit here for some leaf growth to start off with the new buds in the spring, and they can help feed the plant. But I'm gonna get this thing planted, I think, over here because I don't have a pot big enough for this root ball. It's actually probably 3 foot in diameter there, and it just needs to get put in the ground where it's in good soil, and I can keep it watered all summer long. And then we'll go from here. I think it's gonna leaf out this summer just fine. I think it's gonna be all right in the long run. We'll find out, cross your fingers. So this is actually a perfect time to do this because it is dormant, it is winter time, and this guy is sleeping. So one of the things that is going to work out really well, as you can see, I cut a lot of root material away over here, and we'll get a lot of feeder roots coming off of all that and coming off of this. So we'll get much more of this kind of stuff, this feeder root stuff, coming off closer to the plant instead of further away, which will make it a lot easier to transplant next time. It'll also give it a lot more root system to support a much healthier, bigger top growth here once it gets reestablished. So it'll come back in full once it's planted in its final resting spot. But for this summer coming up, it's going to be all about building a nice, big, solid root structure with lots of feeder roots in a closer ball around the plant. So I'm going to get all this backfilled with some of its native soil it came with, and then we'll go backfill over that and then probably mulch it and water it in well. All right, so let's go get some mulch and we'll just cover this up. So there it is, my wife's beautiful lace leaf maple tree. We'll see how long I live. Anyway, it was a necessary evil. It had to happen. It will bounce back. I think we did a good job here. We'll come back later on in the season and see if we get some leaves cropping out there. I'm sure we will. It's essentially a hardwood cutting with roots attached, so double bonus. Anyway, I'll come back and show you guys an update on this and show you what's going on in the spring. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did and want to see more like this, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to follow along and see where this guy turns out. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios. I've had enough of these branches, and this tree's coming down anyway. So I got interrupted. The county guy just showed up. It was the last piece of the puzzle for this thing. And I'm in no position to piss anybody off, so I just keep my mouth shut and do what I'm told. But all he wanted to do was look and make sure that we had some kind of erosion control, which I'm sure in like a big development, they would want all that orange barrier and, you know, all the things that they do, straw, all that kind of stuff. But out here, it's just one home on a big piece of property. He looked at it and said, oh, grass. So I guess that solves that. He signed off and left. He was here for about a minute. Nice guy. So that's it. I guess we better start digging. It's going to happen fast.